just is silent. Everything's so quiet, serene. You can just walk out your door and hear nothing but the coyotes. It's one of the best feelings.
Okay, Blaze Brayford Lefevre, and I am 16 years old, and I'm turning 17 on March 28th. I get my birthday anyways. You didn't ask for it, but... So our town in Silverton, Colorado is surrounded by the San Juan Mountains, right in the beginning on the left. Any direction out of town, you can find all sorts of trailheads and places to run and explore the wilderness, and it's all mountainous terrain, you know, it's all ups and downs. There's no flats, you know, unless you're running on a road, which is your choice, not my family's choice.
You could pull down into this valley and you're like, man, that's why I live here, for sure.
When I come home and I see it, there's just something about it that's really inviting, and I feel safe and I feel peaceful here, and I can get all animals to be quiet as I run by. So I see my little town and I'm like, there it is. It's kind of like everyone's like their own vigilante here, and we're just running around keeping an eye on each other. So I definitely see it, like it takes a village, and here we are.
My mom and dad, well, they're two children.
It's like my grandpappy, old reliable, used to say.
Crazy. No. Hilarious. Very inspiring. Because, you know, they're going out there and doing 100-mile runs. Awesome. Gentle.
That's when I went to bikinis, man, for boxers.
How do I ditch work to cross country meet?
Well, I don't know, is it official middle age for you?
I've got 1 dog, 2 cats, 10 tarantulas, and 1 potbelly pig in my house with 3 kids and 2 adults. And how many bedrooms? 3.
Yeah.
I want to hear that story. I want to know, like...
That's an interesting story, man.
Tell me when you first met Ivy.
Oh yeah, Diane's Bakery. Cody was a dishwasher. I was a waitress on unit.
She was beautiful. Yeah, stunning.
It was just a great friendship right away.
Who did make the first move? Oh, I bet she remembers and I don't. I think it was her.
Cody made the first move. Yeah.
He said that you made the first.
Really? It was probably hard to remember. It's been a little while. Did whatever we wanted to do. Hiked to the top of mountains, hiked down ditches.
Wild and free, yeah. And always outdoors, because nobody would have us inside.
From there is history. By 1 year, we had 1 kid. I started a family. I just knew that I needed a family that was tight, close together, a lot of us, and part of what being a mom means to me is being a student as well. And we focused a lot of our energy on, you know, just being totally wild and crazy. Oh my God, you guys are tearing me up.
I'm the same. I'm 100% the same.
Oh, why do we have to do this now? I'm an emotional person.
My dad tells the story a lot that an old lady who rented us her basement when I was a younger kid and my sister was a baby told him that he needed to find something in common with my mom or she was going to leave him.
We definitely were in a bad place in our lives. I was drinking too much, and we ended up getting in a fight. I pretty much came to off a whiskey drunk with my ski boots on in jail. Not entirely too sure what had happened, and until I had gone to court that following morning. And that was it. That was the switch, definitely. That said, I'm done.
The court ordered that we spend time apart from each other, which would be 30 days.
9 months of counseling.
One of the first things the counselor told me was, write your own obituary. And I was like, holy shit. Like, what do people think about me? What does my family have to say about me? Like, what will they ever remember about me? Like, who am I?
God, I think that was the biggest thing, dude, about counseling. That was the hardest, man. I had never sat there and self-reflected much. Pretty much got to take a pry bar. Just like
I needed to find other ways to cope instead of drinking alcohol and being destructive to myself.
As I was going through the counseling, Ivy had started running.
While Cody watched on the sidelines. And then one day I just asked him if he wanted to give it a whirl.
As a way of hanging out with her more, I wanted to get out on the trails with her and spend time with her.
We just chatted and we talked about how he felt after, and he felt super accomplished, and he did something he never thought he could do. And once he was like, wow, I can totally do this, it was like on. That was the beginning of us being sober together and knowing each other as sober people.
So running through the winter in Silverton, it's just amazing.
It's a lot of space to self-reflect.
Temperature drops, frost on everything.
It's always a relief to be like, oh yeah, I get 2 months off. But then when I'd start up, I'd be like, what? And so one year I was just like, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna go out. I'm gonna run every day. I don't even care.
Being out in it, and being out in that quiet and in that cold, I think I almost prefer it, honestly.
It's just about perseverance, and I think a lot of people forget how to do that. It's a kind of lost art to persevere, and a lot of times that means feeling uncomfortable, and you hurt, and you can't breathe, and it's actually making you stronger in the long run, so definitely say get out of your comfort zone. It's the only way you can really know who you are and what your potential is.
Trail running absolutely brought us from a hard place, and I definitely feel that it helped save our family.
The thing that kept us close with each other was when we got time to be together, what we would do is go to the woods and run together as a family and just trot around. The kids were very young and little, and so it wasn't often that we made it far.
So they were getting into running, so I got into running with my sister and my brother, and we all started running. And then it's just built up from there.
Spending time together like that, I can't put a price on that ever.
The most heartwarming feeling is just to see us all doing it together and to have some common ground. It's just a way to connect. It's a way to communicate. And yeah, by far my happiest moments are going on journeys with my family in the mountains.
Definitely. We have some really good moments out there in the woods going on hikes and runs.
They started out with the 5Ks, then they moved to the 10Ks, then they bumped up to so they did it all right. They were like me, jumping straight to the monster. My son ran 106 miles in the Silverton 1006 day at 13, and my daughter ran a 50K, age 11. Youngest son Soren ran 50K by the time he was 10. It blows me away how much that they've accomplished in such a short time, and they don't even remember starting. Borderline tears, when I see a finish from any of them, I don't think I've had many happier moments than seeing them accomplish their goals.
My mom and dad know me better than anybody else ever, and nobody else could ever understand me, like especially my dad does. That's my best friend, you know. I look up to him more than anybody else in the entire world.
He always says, you know, I want to be just like you, you know, and I'm like, you know, no, I want you to be better than me. You know, I want you to do everything that I didn't get a chance to do.
The fact that I've made myself do that, and that I know I can do that with my own self, and you know, push my body to new limits that I didn't know were possible, you know, it's just amazing to me. You know, makes me feel really positive about the world and my future and what might come next. This is our whole family's thing, you know. It's how we all bond, not just my mom and my dad, you know. And I don't know if that's true what that old lady said, but maybe running saved them.